So with the new year approaching, what have you changed your mind about as far as 2015? Yeah.
Well, the biggest thing that's been a radical change, because I always talk about how I have this big open mind and all that, but the fact of the matter is I'm very set in my ways, and I kind of follow patterns, and I believe things, and my beliefs are open for changing, but a lot of times they just don't get changed. Okay, so one thing that's been radically different about me in 2015, and it's been kind of a bizarre ride, is the fact that I am now out there in the world. And, people, obviously when I made the decision with Leif that we were going to write this book, we knew that we were going to be out there and people were going to know us. Now the book has been more successful than, it's kind of been the max level of success that I thought it could achieve. I thought there was a spectrum, and we definitely achieved great success, and we're super happy about that. But that means we're even more out there than we thought we're going to be. Then on top of that, there's been this whole internet phenomenon,
right?
Of
being out there
going on the Tim Ferriss show with Tim, and going on the Joe Rogan show with Joe, and then doing this podcast and being on Twitter and all these things, being on Facebook. I mean, I literally did not have a Facebook account, literally did not have a Twitter account, never been on them before. And then now I have, I'm on it and in it and communicating with people. And I think that's, people would tell me like, hey, social media is cool. You can link up with other people. And I was definitely, I didn't want to link up with other people. I didn't want to have my friends, and I didn't really want to meet other people.
Yeah.
But now that I'm there, it's awesome, honestly. It's awesome to have people all over the world. I have people all over the world, especially because, I do the thing in the morning with my watch, and at 4:30 in the morning, I take a picture of my watch and I post it on Twitter. And I get those because other people do it. And now my Twitter is filled with people from every time zone throughout the day that wake up at 4:30 in the morning and they get their workout on. Yeah. And that's cool, man. That's very cool to see that there's other people in the world that have the same kind of mentality, that want to be better, that want to improve, that want to do their best. And I think that's been pretty cool to see. And it's also been, it's been, honestly, it almost makes me feel like I'm in a leadership position in a way again, because I've got like people that are saying, hey, thanks for putting this out there, and thanks. And it makes you feel just like being in a combat leadership position where you feel humbled by these guys that are doing so well. Well, I feel the same way with these people. I'm humbled by the fact that these people are out there and they're communicating with me and talking to me and saying I inspire them. And I always write back, man, you inspire me. That inspires me that you're out, kicking ass. And there's these, I always talk about like the single moms or the single dads that are out there. They're getting up earlier than me and they're going to work. Yeah. And that's job number one, and they're getting home late. So that's inspiring to me, and I think it's been a pretty cool ride so far. Any other weird thing is, I have no idea where the ride is going. I do not know. Yeah. I'm all about plans, and I'm a little bit of a control freak. But just to be out there and on this roller coaster that you have no idea where it's going, so that's pretty entertaining too.
Yeah, to connect with people who have the same interests in you, and not all interests, obviously, but just some of the same interests as you. It is kind of refreshing, because if you go just through your day-to-day life, right, and someone as extreme as you are, it's going to be hard to find someone to relate to in specific ways, or even in a general way. It's going to be harder for someone like you. Right. So when you get these little tidbits of people doing the same thing as you, and it's like, dang, I'm relating to these people just in that small little way every day, or however often you check your Twitter, And it's kind of refreshing, and it reminds you that there are people like that out there,
Yeah.
you know, who want to wake up early and be disciplined and work hard and then face the day and get stuff done or whatever.
Yeah.
And you might not see that in your day-to-day life outside of the internet, like in your real
Right.
life. You might not see that. So you might have this feeling of, man, am I the only one who's trying to get this stuff done? You know, almost like that kind of thought.
You're right. And I'm definitely not.
Yeah.
And you're right. It is reassuring.
Yeah.
And it's cool to communicate with these people. They're
Yeah.
fired up. Got a bunch of firemen and police officers that
Yeah.
are on there that are fired up every day. Obviously a bunch of former military people.
Yeah.
But then, you know, because I have kind of a weird background, I get these crazy old hardcore punk rock kids, and you know, they're communicating with me, and it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. And it's been an interesting ride. And like I'm curious to see where it all ends up.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think that the more experience you have with people, the more good stuff you can learn that people have in them, regardless of stuff you might not agree with them.
Yeah.
But if you can have more experiences with more people in whatever way,
Yeah.
you'll be more informed about
and
how
this
people are.
and this really the fear or the rejection I had of social media was based on what I talked about earlier with that Tom Wolfe book, The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test. Me. And I always felt that social media was me. Here's a picture of me. Here's me doing this. Here's my food. And this is my car. And this is me. And it just felt so disturbing.
Right.
But now like you're saying, I realize that this social media, at least the way that I'm involved in it right now, it's not about me. It's about we.
Right.
And there's a group of people that have the similar mindset, and some of them are more into it, some of them aren't, but they're there and they communicate with me, and it's not me, it's we. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it is everything. It's a spectrum, but I think we all feel that, even if we're people who are really into the internet, really into Facebook, really into Twitter, and Instagram. If people overdo it, me, here's a selfie of me in front of the mirror. If you see 10 pictures of them taking a picture of themselves in front of the mirror, that's a me situation for sure.
No
but
doubt.
they're just on that side of the spectrum. That's all.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
all kinds of different people, and I think the majority people are in that we category.
Yeah.
Sure, it's something about me, but there is no we without me too.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's cool. I don't like people that send me stuff on Twitter. That I get pictures every day of people's watches.
Yep.
I get pictures of their jump rope or their kettlebell.
Yeah.
No one. I don't know what any of these people look like, which I guess is kind of bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. They're not about me. They're about we, and like having a little group, little gang to get after it.
Yeah, I sent you one picture of me, and it wasn't 4:30. It was more like noon or
It's
something.
4:30
like
in the
that.
afternoon.
Actually, it was like 2 p.m.